Calvin Benson Studios. Copyright disclaimer. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. In other words, look, just don't sue me. Just come on. Hey everybody, it's me, Calvin Benson, and welcome back to the Calvin Benson Show. And as you can see from that intro, I'll be talking about DC. Hey, do you know that DC actually stands for Detective Comics? Specifically, the DC Extended Universe. Now, the DCEU has not been very successful, and I'll show you why with the Rotten Tomatoes scores for our movie. Man, those movies did bad. But I think I know how the DCEU could have been successful. And I'm going to tell you why. It starts with a Batman movie starring Ben Affleck. But unlike other starts of cinematic universes, cough, Dark Universe, cough, they would not give away that it was starting one. It would play out like a normal Batman movie, or with a few nods to DC, like having the Daily Planet as one of the buildings in the background. Once the movie was over, they would have a post-credits scene at Ma and Pa Kent's farm. When a space pod crashes into a cornfield, Ma Kent walks up to it and the camera holds on the back as she turns around, revealing she's holding a baby, Superman. This would set up the Man of Steel movie, where there is not much I would change about it, except Pa Kent's death. Instead of him dying in a tornado where Clark could have easily saved him, we would have Clark reveal himself and save Pa Kent. But the next day, Pa Kent would have a heart attack, with Clark finding him in his bed, showing that even with all of Superman's powers, he can't always save everyone. This gives Clark an angry edge, explaining why Superman just took out his anger on Zod in Metropolis instead of taking the fight away from the town. And at the scene where Superman breaks Zod's neck, we would see a grandfather and his young child huddled with Zod's eye laser getting close to them. This would remind him of himself and his father, and that pushes him off the edge and breaks Zod's neck. Not realizing what he had just done, he collapses on the floor, breaking down. And the rest of the movie would play it the same way. The next movie would be Wonder Woman. But that movie was amazing, and the only thing I would change about it was to make Ares a British fop, as seen in this part from the Nostalgia Critic review.
Yeah. Hello.
Next would be a Flash movie. It would basically be the origin story of the Flash, and the villain I would pick would be Mirror Man. If you don't know who that is, read this on the screen right now. But after the credits, there would be a post-credit scene showing the Reverse Flash being held in a government facility where an agent says to him, "Your powers seem awfully similar to those of the Flash." And the Reverse Flash responds with, "Oh, I'm nothing like the Flash. I'm his reverse." Then it would cut to black. Next would be a Cyborg solo movie, starring the same actor that played him. And I think it could center on the psychological side of Cyborg, about a teenage athlete who, in a car crash, is stripped of everything and must learn to live as a cyborg. And I also think that the actors for Cyborg and his dad would definitely say the same. Next would be the Green Lantern movie. And I know this could be a good movie in just one sentence. It would be directed by Zack Snyder. This just seems like the kind of movie he would make. And it would still star Ryan Reynolds, since we know he can be a great superhero. Next would be the Aquaman movie, and I would change nothing about it, except a post-credit scene of that scene from Justice League of Batman going to Aquaman to talk to him about joining the Justice League, a la post-credit scene in Iron Man setting up the Avengers. But it would be setting up the Snyder Cut coming out next year, just with some minor tweaks to fit in the past movies. Next would be Shazam, and the only thing I would change about it is it would be set directly after the events of my Justice League movie. Nothing too big, just a TV in the background talking about the Justice League or something. Next would be the Birds of Prey movie, and this movie would be directed by James Gunn. So it could lead to the next movie, Suicide Squad. And this movie would lead more to the upcoming movie, The Suicide Squad. And it would be a contrast of that upcoming film and the Suicide Squad we actually got. The next movie is The Flash 2. The real upcoming 2022 Flash movie will have the Flashpoint storyline, but I think it should be saved for the sequel. So this would include Michael Keaton Batman and Ben Affleck Batman, just like the real upcoming Flash movie. The next movie would be the Wonder Woman sequel, Wonder Woman 1984, since at this time of recording it, it has not come out, so I can't judge it. Next and last is Batman vs. Superman. Now, first I would take out Wonder Woman and the death of Superman out of it, since I think Batman fighting Superman is enough. And it would not just set up more movies, it would be just Batman vs. Superman. Lex Luthor would be recast for literally anyone else, and the reason Batman would be fighting Superman is the same reason that it was in the movie, because that's just a valid reason. And Doomsday would still be in the movie, but more faithful to the comics. And that is how the DCEU should be fixed. But despite its past that I had to fix, the DCEU has learned from it and is making great DC movies now. They've gone from being a sad alternative to Marvel to being on the level of them, if not better. And just like their heroes, they started at the bottom, but became something greater. But anyway, thanks for watching, like and subscribe, and I wonder what I'm gonna do next week. I wonder what it... Oh no.